My wife wants to give our baby her ex-husband's last name and is calling me manipulative, so now we're getting a divorce. 3 weeks ago my wife and I had our first baby, but instead of celebrating she kicked me out, and now we're gearing up for divorce because she has a habit of making everything about herself and wants to give our newborn her dead ex's last name. So, my wife was previously in a long-term relationship with her ex, who committed self-destruction due to PTSD after he returned from Afghanistan. Since I've been with her I've bent over backward for years, raising her 12-year-old son like my own. And somehow I'm still the villain. Now she says our baby needs her ex's surname so her son won't feel alienated, but here's the kicker. I even asked her son how he felt about it and he said, "I don't care. I know you're my dad, even if my name is different." He's a smart, level-headed kid who just wants everyone to be happy. When I told my wife what he said, she flipped and accused me of manipulating him. She even said I was using her son as a pawn to win this argument, as if I'm some kind of evil mastermind instead of a guy trying to keep this family together. She refuses to take anything except an enthusiastic yes for an answer, and if I try to protest it I usually get crocodile tears, as well as her talking about her ex and how much he meant to her. My wife has always been complicated. At first, I thought she was just emotional or maybe still grieving, but over time, it became clear that she's used to controlling every situation with guilt, tears, and her tragic backstory. I've overlooked a lot, more than I probably should have. When I suggested counseling she flat out refused and yelled at me. I carried the baby and I pushed her out so I get the final say. It was also her idea for the baby's first name to be the feminine version of her ex-husband's name. It's like she's building a shrine to him and using our daughter as the final piece. We're supposed to register the baby's name next week and time's running out and I'm done being ignored. 5 days ago, after yet another screaming match, I told her, either the baby gets my last name, or we're done. She called me manipulative and unfair, but I've reached my limit. I told her, if you want your dead ex to raise our daughter, go ahead. I'm out. That was the moment I saw the mask slip. She called me a monster, said I was backing her into a corner. I don't care anymore. I called a lawyer, and she overheard. Now she's spinning the story to anyone who will listen, painting me as the controlling, emotionally abusive husband who's forcing her to erase her past. But what about my future? What about my daughter's future? How is it fair that she gets to decide everything while I'm just supposed to nod along and watch my identity as a father be erased?